Hey, what's up, everybody? Jamie here with Mike for Mirrorless Minutes, episode number 40. Holy crap. Can you believe that? 40? And it was cool because I got to do a tweet earlier that said tune in 40 minutes for episode 40.
I know.
And I should have been all gangster and had like a 40 ouncer, you know? I don't know if everybody would have got that or not, but, you know, I'm crazy.
Probably not. Probably
So
not.
I'm going to do the Carmen Sandiego thing for all the people old enough or young enough.
Yeah.
I don't know who would know who Carmen Sandiego is, but
Hey, Mike.
where in the world are you, Mike? Where
Yes, I am watching Plains Land right outside the bay in San Francisco. I wish I could show you, but it's I can't. It's not this. It's too bright.
Yeah.
I know that's one of those things that we really struggle with when it's nice and bright and sunny outside.
Yeah, right. There's not a whole lot of envy there.
Yeah, and it's 62 degrees. Awesome. I don't see any snow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good. I'm sick of snow and rain. Gosh,
Yeah.
enough of that stuff in Michigan. But it is nice. And then I'm here for work, but also I'm here to spend the whole weekend with Derek Story. We're doing a street shooting workshop in the city of San Francisco, down in the heart of there, and staying in the city. And it's gonna be a blast. Doing some night live composite teaching. And
Oh, cool.
we actually have some Pen Fs that people will be able to use. So I know that'll be exciting, especially for those that haven't seen it, and not many have.
Yeah, right.
No, it's production. It's a lot of people are waiting for their Pen Fs to get to them. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting time. It'll be nice to get out in San Francisco, and it's going to be a nice weekend. And that is one thing about San Francisco. It can be in June and it's be 45 sometimes in the city of San Francisco. It's really an odd thing, but it's going to be 70 all weekend and sunny.
So you're doing a workshop with Derek Story,
mm-hmm.
and I saw the post by him that this is like a digital/analog workshop. So you guys are going to shoot with film too. Now the big important question is, I know you've got one of those that you've got with you. Do you have the analog version of that to shoot your film portion with? Well,
here's the deal. I do have that one at home, but I didn't bring it because because of the split frame.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a special processing to do that. And Derek found a person that is going. So on Friday we're going to do all film, pretty much except for the night when we get into live composite. But everybody's doing film. Everybody's going to have a film camera. And he's having that stuff run out, processed, and back to us. So that Sunday when we do the share and we go through everything, everybody will have their film too. So it'll all be digitized and scanned.
That's awesome.
Sunday. So yeah, so I'm using the Olympus Trip, which is actually probably a little better.
Yeah.
Because it does all the thinking for you.
Right.
It's just point and shoot, and if it doesn't like the I guess the light, if it doesn't like the light because of the cell, it just doesn't take a shot. So
crazy cool. That's awesome.
So it's good. We'll work that way.
Yeah. So at that point, you actually are like the nimble photographer with that film camera because it makes it so much easier. That's cool.
It's a nimble photographer, right, from 1964 or whenever that thing was out, or 68. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's right. You don't have to think about it.
It's I guess I never realized that there was like a system in place like that in a camera that wouldn't take the photo if the lighting wasn't going to expose properly.
Right, a big red bar comes up in the frame.
Right.
I
needed that technology in my life when I was like a teenager, that prevented me from doing things if the outcome wasn't going to be correct.
Right, that's exactly what it is. And we're shooting Tri-X film, black and white. Which,
man, it's gonna be
guess
awesome.
what? It sort of might look like monotone 2 on the Pen F.
Right? Yeah. Now you know
I don't
what?
want to say that.
Now do me a favor, okay? Because it was a project that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I'm just too busy, or I'm too lazy because I'm too busy. I don't know what the excuse is. I've got an excuse in there somewhere, damn it. But I've wanted to do a series of shots and turn it into a coffee table book where I took an Olympus camera, digital, and I've got an Olympus OM1N up on the shelf up there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take both cameras with me for like 2 weeks and just shoot the exact same thing, one with each, and then have one page of the book be the digital, one page be the analog.
Well, that's pretty cool.
If you can think of it, do the exact same shot like that. And I'm curious to see how it turns out with monotone profile number 3 and your Tri-X.
What I actually thought of doing, because I wanted both cameras out, so instead of having them slung around me, I'm just going to have one on a wrist strap and one hanging, and that's exactly. I'll have the light, because the real light one is the film camera. That's light. When you want to talk about light, that's light compared to the Pen F.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, especially with the Tri-X film. That'll be fun to see how closely related those two are.
Cool.
And I have a feeling they are.
So
I don't want to say that though.
Right.
I don't know what you mean by Tri-X.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Actually, I really don't know the difference between that and Portra and Velvia.
Yeah,
I mean, I know Velvia's cool. So we're kind of talking about, pens lately, or we are now anyways. Regardless, I'm using it as a segue into the first thing to talk about. And that is, that's this review that came up on Dpreview. Let me pull that on the screen in front of me here. So I did like a vlog post today and just mention that we were going to talk about this because it's, in my opinion, for me personally, it's the coolest review I think I've seen of a piece of gear, because it was as much a documentary about a region and a culture and a music as it was about the camera that they used to shoot the documentary. So it was about the Pen F, and it was shot in the South. And it was a reviewer from Dpreview named Wenmei Hill. She went along with a documentarian street photographer named Claire Bankser. And they were in the South, and you know more about this whole region than I do, and this whole culture, because you like the blues. But it was cool. They
Robert Johnson, where Robert Johnson played and stuff, the Mississippi Blues Trail. This is stuff that I've got album upon album at home. And I mean, I couldn't even watch. I forgot watching about a Pen F when I was watching the review. But that is an awesome way to do a review.
It really is. So I mean, we're gonna link to everything here in the show description below, so you can check it out after Mirrorless Minutes tonight. And I really, really, really highly recommend you check it out. I don't care if you are an Olympus shooter or not, just watch it for the photography and for the information and the history about the Blues Trail. Such a cool way to do a documentary. Just wanted
and I think there's that photographer, that street photographer too. If you watch, you get a little bit of training from her on how she shoots. There's some little behind the scenes. It's not a groundbreaking Pen F technology review at all.
No,
I don't even know how much technology they talk about.
Right, they don't.
Here and there.
I guess as tech as it gets is the little overlays over the images, talking about focal length and ISO and shutter speed. I mean, they do mention a little bit here and there about the pen itself, but it's a really good watch. I'll watch it again. I'll probably watch it a couple of more times. Yeah,
it's probably the right kind of view to do for that camera for sure. Because it is about feeling and instinct and the street photographer side of things. So I thought our review was cool from Ann Arbor, so I guess this one upped us on that one big time. We're gonna have to up our game, I think, on the next one.
Right? Yeah, I think we'll have to do one on. I'd like to do it on the EDM festival in Detroit.
Yeah,
although it'll probably be more R-rated than hers was, but
yeah, I think so.
It'd be a lot of live composite, a lot of night and lights and crazy people. But so it was really cool. I highly recommend people check that out. So again, it'll be in the show notes.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what else? Let me bring this up. You didn't expect this. We didn't usually we talk about stuff for, so I'm gonna hit on this something.
Boom.
So tell me about the vlog, man. The vlog is like out of control.
Holy cow.
Vlog.
Yeah, right.
I don't even know if everybody knows about it, really. A Mirrorless Minutes. Some do, I'm sure.
It's so I like doing what we're doing. I like to talk, obviously, because it's half time you can't get me to shut up. But and I honestly, I've never really been really big into YouTube a whole lot, but I stumbled upon, and I don't know how you stumble upon like one of the biggest people on YouTube, but that's just how it worked for me. I stumbled upon a guy named Casey Neistat, and just kind of got hooked on watching his vlog. Now, admittedly, his life is way more exciting than mine, because if he's not in New York, he's in San Francisco, or he's in South Africa, or the dude's just all over the place. But he vlogs. And for those who don't know what a vlog is, it's like a daily snapshot of somebody's life. So imagine like Twitter in video form, and instead of me talking about, eating French fries at McDonald's, I'm talking about shooting or just, what's going on in my day. So I've been doing those now for 45 days. Well, number 46 hit today, 46 in a row, 46 days. Every single day I'm putting out a little post. Some of them are educational. Some of them are just me talking about something that's on my mind, whether it relates to photography or maybe just in my everyday life. I've been shooting them in a lot of different gear, trying to stick with the Olympus gear as much as possible, but sometimes due to space constraints, I have to use like a little tiny GoPro camera, mounted in my car. I've incorporated a little bit of drone footage now that it's been nice out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's funny because you get watching them, and I've had my wife come in and she'll sit there and watch it, and she goes, "Are you watching Jamie again?" And she'll sit there and listen to you.
and I get that.
She know why she's listening to you, because she goes, "I don't understand what he's saying about the camera stuff."
Right.
But it's just funny seeing you ride home, and I don't think people understand enough. Like Michigan in itself, like we might only be an hour and a half away, but the land looks like it's 50 states away.
Right.
My drive home would be like watching someone's bumper for 40 minutes. and the car nose diving.
And I think that's part of why I like even recording that portion of my day. I work a day job like you, and I recorded a little bit of what part of my day job is in one of my vlogs, it's working in inspection, and it's not exciting, but I like capturing some of the drive home portions because a lot of people, for some of the feedback I'm getting, they don't live in an environment where they commute, a half hour on a not busy road. Some of them are taking a bus or a subway or a train, or a bicycle. So it's cool to get the feedback from people that are like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. Like one of them, somebody commented that it was cool to hear cranes, and see cranes, not like the big ones that work on buildings, but the crazy birds, that sound like dinosaurs, and, or another person, I did a vlog post yesterday or day before where I was in the woods and I wasn't shooting what I wanted to shoot. So I stopped and shot moss. I like moss because I'm weird, I guess. And I had somebody comment who used to be, I think, a botany teacher or maybe a botanist. I don't remember. I'd have to look at the comment again, but he was excited to see that I stopped and shot moss and gave it a little attention, So it's cool. Yeah. You never know what's going to appeal to everybody. So yeah, I just keep doing what I'm doing. And, and I've been asking people for feedback, if they think the posts are too long, not technical enough, too technical, too much, of in the car, but it's a learning thing. And it's just kind of fun. It gives me something to challenge myself with, even though it's not taking a photo necessarily, but I'm trying to, now that the weather's nice, I'll be bringing people more behind the scenes of just how I shoot. Cause that's really what the feedback and pushing towards.
Well, I loved how you, in the winter, or at least in the colder days, it was still spring then, when it was ice and you're scraping the car and you shot from the inside.
Yeah.
I love it. Says you got your car that quick, done that quick.
Right.
Yeah, but I think when we head out of Chicago in June, and we haven't talked about that in a while, but when we do, we're going to be driving out there. There just might be a blog post or two.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Post or two from inside the car on the way over.
It's funny because I've been doing these so much and trying to be so religiously on time with them that I'm actually like stressed out right now. 3 weeks in advance, prior to going to Arizona for the workshop with Alex, because I'll be up in the mountains with I don't think I have internet access up there. I'm pretty sure I don't.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the hell am I going to do? I need to get a vlog post out. And I'm already trying to think of the logistics behind how I'm going to get a vlog post out because I have to edit it and stuff like that. And I don't want to not do one, especially in a location like that.
Yeah.
So, I'm already thinking, okay, maybe I just need to shoot a bunch of footage when I'm out there. And then when I get back, I'll have like a series of vlog posts, catching up on what I was doing when I was out there. I don't know. And the same with out of Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want people to not see that, so.
Oh, right. Especially then. And yeah, you'll have to get a runner to go up to the mountain, grab your, and go home and put it on a flash drive.
Right. Or I might be sneaking it down from the mountain, in the middle of the night, while everybody's Well, no, nobody will be sleeping because that's when we're shooting.
That's when you'll be doing the shooting, right?
I have a feeling I'm not going to rest for like 3 days. But
yeah, you're gonna need a vacation after that vacation.
Yeah. So yeah, the vlog post. I mean, it's fun. It's been
it's
a lot
cool.
of fun to do.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. People should tune in, follow it.
There'll be I'll put a link in the show description below.
Cool.
I need subscribers.
All right. Yeah.
So let's talk about your hat. Let's not talk about your hat. Let's talk about how people can get a hat similar to your hat. It won't say Trailblazer on it, but it'll say Olympus.
Yeah. There's the announcement.
Yep. So that was in my vlog post today. I said that we're going to talk about a little bit of Olympus news. And when I say Olympus news, I know that the first thing a lot of people are thinking is, yes, new gear announcement. Yep.
Right.
Okay. So it is new gear, sort of. We'll just say it's new swag. How about that? So let me do it this way. Do a screen share and I'll show you. So what you're seeing here is the Olympus Store. Yes, they have a store. Mike and I get a lot of emails, instant messages, direct messages on Twitter, Facebook messages. It doesn't matter. We get bombarded, and I know everybody in the Visionary program does. And it's not that we don't like getting bombarded with it. It's just it always bothered me that I couldn't help with it. But now you can, because people are always like, "Where do you get a hat like that? You know, where can I get one?" So now Olympus has a store set up, which we'll have a link in the show description below. And they've got some really cool stuff. You're not getting like low end stuff. Okay. No. Just so you know, I mean, you're looking at like a Nike dry fit polo, or a lot of the stuff is Columbia. So it's really well made, and it serves a good purpose, you know, like with wicking materials and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Outdoors. And then they've got, you know, just the cool little stuff you'd want to have, you know, on your table, like a coffee mug or a water bottle. I like the
I noticed they got the books. Did you see the books?
Yes, down the last thing here at the end is these journals, and then Mike and I use those a lot. So yeah, I think it's cool that that they put this out there. And like I said, there will be a link in the show description below, so you guys can go check that out. And I know I love wearing my Olympus stuff. I'm wearing Olympus stuff right now.
Yep.
Mike's wearing Olympus stuff, a couple of them. So if you're an Olympus user, there's your shot at getting some stuff right there. And I noticed that like at the bottom there, underneath everything, it says earn points. So it's all part of the Olympus points program as well. So you can earn points for buying.
I was just going to mention, you get points, and I think you can turn some of those points in after you build them up. Actually, buy some of that stuff too.
Yep.
So if you're buying a camera, you're gonna earn, you know, on the site, you're gonna earn some points for that. I'm
curious. If you bought a camera, like let's say you bought the EM1 and like a 12 to 40, I want to go look up how many points you earn from that, and then what it would take to get. I want that Bora Bora hat.
Yeah.
I told Mike before the show, I think I'm going to order that sucker before I go to Arizona, so that I've got something to keep on my head out in the desert.
You need a Bora Bora hat.
Yeah, Jamie's a Bora Bora kind of guy. I'll probably never make it to Bora Bora, but hey. You know. So I mean, that's kind of like all the news type stuff. You know, it's been. I'm tapping my finger. That's why it makes that weird noise. I think it's been over a month since I've shared photos. Do you want to share photos?
Yeah, I've got some, and actually I've gone back and actually started pull up some photos from some time ago. Let's see. I don't want to do that one first. I went back and looked at some stuff that I hadn't actually shared out, and some decent things. And this is one actually from New York, New York City, down in Soho when we were, in New York. Actually, I was in New York about a couple of weeks before. This was the Pen F. This is when I was doing the testing of it and everything. But these, everywhere in New York City, all their storage is down below, and all these stores. And I thought this was the coolest one. With the skeleton coming out. I said, "Oh my God, that is just awesome!" It's like welcome. That was a cool one. This actually was in Ann Arbor a couple of weeks ago. We did a street photography workshop in Ann Arbor, the first one this year. Did it with Alana St. Laurent, and unbeknownst to me, I know people are not going to believe that, but perfect timing. Sometimes things just happen the right way. There's on the University of Michigan campus, and if you know or you don't know, there's a very famous thing that happens once a year. It's called the Hash Bash, and it's just 8,000 or so people that go and smoke pot on the University of Michigan campus. To tell you the truth, to tell you how big it is, they had from Cheech and Chong, they had Tommy Chong. They were signing autographs. So it's a different world out there. But this is with the Pen F with some high grain. Just, you know, this was at the beginning, so the kids still didn't look too high at that point. But I didn't want to show all the other photos because I don't want to promote any kind of drug use. But so that's that. And then I actually wanted to pull out a few that because of where I'm at this weekend doing the street photography workshop and stuff with with Derek's story. I really wanted to go in and check this out. Some of the things that I've had here from the past down in Chinatown. These were some of the shots I took when I tested the Pen F. San Francisco was one of the cities that I was in, and doing the different colors. I think this was in color profile 2 actually, in this Pen F shot down in Chinatown. Amazing colors. Same thing here. This was with the 2, the streetcar, Powell and Market, famous area. Just rich colors. What a great time. I'm really excited to get back here, be there for the weekend. And then this one individual here, this guy, he was sharp, man. And it was actually warm that day, so I'm not too sure what the whole coat thing he was doing, but great colors with the Pen F. And so exciting times. San Francisco, if anybody hasn't been there, definitely try to get there. You will love it. I'm positive. So is he coming off the thing yet? There we go.
That's all freaking awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I only have a couple. And I think I may have shared one of them before, but if I did, that's okay. So let me get this rolling here. There we go. All right. So this is basically, I just wanted to share this again to give another plug to Phil Norton for the filter adapter that he makes for the Mzuiko 7-14 f2.8 Pro lens, and wanted to throw out there to anybody watching that if you do own that lens and you're looking for a filter system, I mean, I obviously am going to highly recommend this. I love it. But if you mention that I sent you his way to get it, he'll knock 10% off the price of the adapter. And I don't know if he can do anything with the cost of the filters or not, because those are from Nissi. And I know he said he was working on potentially trying to get some sort of a discount, but still 10% off of the adapter is a killer deal. And this was shot with that filter setup. And I was using a reverse grad neutral density filter, but it's a soft edge. So it's basically, it's neutral density at its densest or darkest right in the center of the filter. So it's basically made for sunrises and sunsets where the sun is low on the horizon, and it tones that down and then lightens as it gets to the edges of the frame so that the extremities expose well. And phenomenal setup to use. The next shot is I went out shooting with my buddy David Bostador, and it's funny because I was sitting inside actually working on vlog post, and David messaged me and said, have you thought about going out and shooting the storms that are coming? And I'm like, well, one just went through. I don't think there's anything coming. And then I looked at the radar and I'm like, oh my God, like there was a storm coming. It was actually just more rain than anything. But so we went out and chased down a storm. And while I was out taking these shots, it was funny. David was behind me shooting me shoot the storm. But this was this was with the EM1 and the 7-14 on this one. So just fun to get out. I'm a storm chaser, so to get out early in the season and get some sort of action is good for me. Now the next shot, we've spent so many weeks with no sunsets because it was overcast. So the other week we'd gotten a snowstorm, as you can see right there, which is nuts for April, especially this late in April. But and Mike got no snow when we got all this snow, and he's only like an hour away.
Yeah.
But this is another example of using that filter setup from Phil Norton. I'm shooting straight into the sun, and even though the sun is directly behind this little band of cloud right there, it's still bright if you're looking straight at the sun. It's bright enough to where the camera silhouettes me out almost completely. And this is straight out of the camera. I didn't do anything to this picture. So it gives you an idea of how working with a filter system to properly expose a scene works. I mean, to me, it almost has an HDR look to it. It's so vivid and vibrant. But yeah, straight out of the camera with, this is the EM5 Mark II. Last shot, and this is one of those photos that like 99% of the world would be like, what in the world is Jamie even showing that picture for? But 1% will be like, I like the light, or it's just kind of got this creepy, weird feel to it. And I'm the 1%. I'm not the 1% financially. I'm the 1% who likes weird shit or stuff. Sorry, I just turned it into an R-rated show. But this is with the Pen F, and this is with a custom color profile, which is why I love the Pen F. This is my look. This is me tailoring the way that it renders. I toned down the what did I tone down on this? I toned down the blue, or I'm sorry, I brought the blues and the orange and yellows up, and then toned everything else down a little bit. And that's kind of how I get this look to this. It's so hard to explain it. It's one of those things where you need to just you need to use it so you can kind of understand what it does. The feeling I was trying to go for was like a split tone feel, which I'm still working on. I'm still trying to dial in that technique, doing it all straight in the camera. But that's straight off of the pen. And if you don't think that has a film feel to it, then
big time. And, you could just see it in the grass. There's where it really starts to look differently. I mean, you do one thing with yellow, how it affects grass, but also you can adjust the green, and it just really gets cross processed. So I had to grab it while you're doing screen share. The Olympus trip got the little red.
Nice.
Yeah, my shutter thing. This is so cool. I know it's hard to tell if you're going to be able to see, but on the top here for focusing, when you put it in auto mode, you want to focus one person, two people, a little family, a drawing of a family, or a drawing of a mountain for landscape. That's it.
Nice.
That's how you do it.
That's so cool.
I mean, and if you really want to get technical, on the bottom they put the
range.
The reach and stuff, but you don't need to do that.
No.
So
if it's one guy on the street, you just put it on the one guy.
Yeah.
If it's like three people in Chinatown eating noodles, it's three people.
Right. It's a 2.8 40 millimeter lens.
Nice.
It's a Dzuko. Dzuko.
Nice.
Yeah. Not bad. So this will be a fun camera to do that with, I think.
I can't wait to see.
Streets. Yeah, for sure.
I still need to develop all my film. So, let me mention that too. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking of film, because I'm random tangent guy. So next weekend in Ann Arbor, my favorite little local camera store, Camera Mall in Ann Arbor, they've been open for a year, but they've been so busy since they opened and so well received that they haven't had time to actually do like a formal grand opening celebration. So they're doing that next weekend. So for anybody who's watching this or knows somebody in Michigan near the Ann Arbor area, let that person know that Camera Mall in Ann Arbor is doing their grand opening extravaganza, I guess. That's going to be on the 22nd and 23rd. That's Friday and Saturday of next week. And they're going to have reps from like pretty much, all camera companies, but we're going to have our Olympus rep there too. Mike Amico is going to be there. And then I'm going to be there too. And I know Mike said he might try and stop in if he gets some time.
See if it can happen. I'm just coming home from Dallas, but we'll see if I can get out there.
So I'm going to be doing it's like a little scavenger hunt. So we're going to have the 300 millimeter f4. So if you've never seen that, come for that. I'm going to have that on hand, and we are going to have these little clues scattered all around the vicinity of the store. Some of them up on buildings, some behind, in way obscure areas or whatever. And you're going to put the 300 millimeter f4 on a camera and try to find all those clues and snap a photo of them. And you get all the clues together, you win a prize. So I'll be hanging out there next Saturday, the 23rd, from I'm scheduled to be there for like an hour, but I'll probably hang out for a little bit longer because it's fun to just.
Yeah, it's cool to be in the store.
Yeah, definitely.
And
And I'm thinking
they had a Pen F, actually, one of the film Pen Fs there too.
yep, that's
I know
true. It
we
made a
had it.
cameo in our
Yeah, in the
stuff.
video.
Yep. And I'm thinking I might bring my film there and have them develop it for me.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
It needs to be done. That's what made me think of mentioning that.
That's right.
So, anyways, I guess we could probably wrap up the show. We're right exactly on the 30-minute mark, which is pretty cool.
There you go. Perfect.
So, so I guess until a couple of weeks from now, everybody take care. Thanks for watching the show. If you're not a subscriber, just do it. Just subscribe. You know you want to see it every week. Every other week. So I'll talk to you later, Mike. Have fun this weekend shooting with Derek, and see everybody later.
All right. See ya.